Hello guys and welcome to SteveKnows. Today, it's no bad stories, we've got so many good stories to share with you, some positive light to shine in the virtual reality space, so let's get started. So at some point today, a little birdie told me that a Steam virtual reality title that's had some work done to it to be able to get it running on the Oculus Quest should be hitting SideQuest for you today, and this is HyperStacks. So today this should be releasing an early alpha 0.4.2 on SideQuest. This update includes additional items for the level editor mode where the community can create and submit their own creations, their own levels. And for those of you that know me, this game appeals to my heart because it has that awesome retro inspired animation, those lovely visuals that I always love. In this game it combines action, shooting, parkour and puzzles to create a fun experience that I think should be right at home on the Oculus Quest. It also has a roguelike touch where there are no checkpoints at all, so it's all or nothing when you dive into this. So you've got to skill up and rise to the challenge. There is potentially endless fun here, so go check this out on SideQuest. If it's there, it may not be there yet, but keep checking, don't miss out on this one. So there's recently just been a new game reveal from Fast Travel Games, but this one is not as cute or as cuddly as Curious Tale of the Stolen Pet. This is Wraith, the Oblivion Afterlife. So they've just had a new trailer reveal and it was very interesting. It used mixed reality. It was a mixed reality masterpiece, I believe. It allowed you to see yourself, who will be the player, walk through these worlds. And I hope we do get these features when the game's actually released, because it would make for a great stream, this kind of horror investigative game in mixed reality. So this is a first-person horror experience set at the Barclay Mansion. You play a Wraith who's there to unravel the secrets within in this haunted place. As a Wraith, you also have the powers to enable you to manipulate objects at a distance, which is pretty convenient for virtual reality, change the environment, and pass through walls. This title shares inspiration from games such as The Vampire Masquerade and Werewolf the Apocalypse. And I bring good news, this game as well is coming to the Oculus Quest. What fantastic news. My friend BMF as well has also done a great video going and deep diving into this game, also talking to the creative director of this title, which I'll link you down below if you want to hear more about it. It's a great video. So let's talk about some leaks around the PlayStation VR 2. So there have been some rumor reports to confirm the wireless experience on the PlayStation VR for the next generation headset. At this point, I think I'd be more shocked if Sony released their new headset and it wasn't wireless. It's clearly a feature that I think is at the top of everybody's list, except maybe no more light tracking. So new reports coming in to solidify that, such as Sony submitted an approval to the government of Brazil asking for permission to include a wireless module with their PlayStation 5 to support Wi-Fi 6 and Bluetooth 5.1. This could be future-proofing their console, or it could be directly related to how Sony wished to communicate with their new next-generation PSVR 2 headset. Because according to their patent, there was an external module that was going to wirelessly communicate with the headset, and this module that they're talking about here could be that. Wi-Fi 6 is supposed to bring speeds of up to 3.6 gigabits per second, which is comparable to a wired USB-C connection. It should also have really low latency of about 3 milliseconds for local connections, which is perfect for streaming VR. Tony Stark as well is also another leak. Tony Stark took to Twitter when this story came about, and they said that Sony Interactive Entertainment will release the next generation PlayStation VR headset, PSVR 2, with a wireless headset exclusively for the PlayStation 5 in fall 2021 at a recommended price of $399, $399 and £349. If this is true, holds any validity, that would be fantastic to reach that price point, because not only do you need less hardware than you previously did, you don't need the external camera to enjoy this headset if the patents are correct, then it's actually kind of cheaper than when they initially released their other headset. I am kind of shocked for it to be that low. I was expecting it to be a little more, but this could be because of the Oculus Quest. The next one, the Quest 2 that we're coining it, is supposedly to be $299. So to remain competitive, because Quest is killing it, they need to have a low price point as well. Perhaps that's what it is. So take what you see here with a grain of salt, and I do hope to hear more about this. A big shout out to Gerald McAllister tagging myself and Aric for president on his findings, his latest findings on the Oculus software source code, because version 20 just released and he always loves doing a deep dive and seeing what he can find, what features are being developed but are not yet released within the source code. And he's found a few things. So first of all, there's some mixed reality features that should be coming to the Quest, but I'm not sure exactly what it entails. It looks like, at a guess, that this could bring elements of the real world into your virtual world. Because as you see here, there's a couch and a desk, which we will come onto in a second, but there's also the question to create a surface with an option of a whiteboard. This was also rumored again in version 19 when that was released, so it's holding some validity. So this is trying to state that the player will be able to select an option to bring something into the virtual world. That's what I think this is going to be. Oculus Link was also found, but without the beta tag. So is Oculus Link soon leaving its beta? Which I expect it to do so. I expect the official announcement probably to be at OC7. This is quite a big deal, and I think it's a big announcement and they're probably holding on for. I am hoping for some improvements to come with this, perhaps some visual upgrades, because I still have that compression fuzz when I use it, and I just minimize that. Ooh, please. There is also something called a spatial persistence service, which I think is the problem of determining whether or not the validity of a fact at some point in time persists until another point in time, given that certain events or processes may happen in between those two time points. And therefore this could be something to do with prediction on the system, whether that be Guardian based or play based. I'm not entirely sure, but the variables here seem to require, within the XML document, seem to require the access to reading and writing to the map being your play space. If you know more about this, please, because I'm definitely not an expert in spatial persistence, please comment down below. It'd be great for myself to read and the community to hear as well. There is also a video for the Couch Guardian setup to teach the user how they should mark their couch. So the way to do it is you're supposed to draw along where it is that you're going to sit and not around the entire sofa. So perhaps this is going to be an easy way for you to swap between standing and sitting experiences. So if you want to go from playing a game like Pavlov to then watching Netflix, you can do so without leaving virtual reality. You know exactly where you're going to park your bottom. There is even a keyboard pass-through with a model, so I'm thinking you'll be able to map a keyboard and use it in the virtual reality space, making the use of your headset for remote working much easier. All of these elements, the whiteboard, the couch, the desk, the keyboard, and this little snippet here, all points to a new app. Talking about something called Infinite Office that is being asked to be used internally, that's what the term eating your own dog food means, and to provide feedback. A virtual reality office offering sounds pretty interesting, and it would help enterprise if they had some of these solutions that we've just mentioned in place. Comment down below what you think of these potential features coming soon to the Oculus Quest, and I am positive we should hear more about this at OC7, or at least I hope so. Another huge development here at Facebook Reality Labs, I love this, with their photorealistic avatars. Previously, when we saw this technology in use, these avatars required a huge additional unit attached to the headset that had cameras pointing all over your face to track micro movements so it can track your expression. This is now gone, which is a huge improvement, so this now kind of mimics more or less what it should be like for us when we're using our traditional headsets when we have eye tracking. So in their latest video, you see the raw capture footage of the person that's talking, you see their eyes being tracked, you see their audio signature, and this all gets translated into the avatar's mouth movements and their expressions, it's terrifyingly good. It's really, really good. One thing that makes me laugh though is kind of how static the head is. It's locked into place around the cheekbones. It's kind of locked in here, but maybe this will change when they're using this technology in a real setting and it's advanced further. The setup still requires you to use 132 cameras to scan and map your face, which takes 45 minutes to create your avatar. Hopefully they can bring this down to a single camera that can do some sort of panorama magic with our mobile device to achieve the same thing. This is the power of machine learning here. This is probably why Elon Musk fears AI. So some Facebook Horizon news. Oculus put up a blog post stating that they have sent out invites to their closed beta. I was not fortunate enough to get one of these invites, but some of you may have got it, so check your emails, you may have it. With this announcement came a new trailer for Facebook Horizon, showing off the new worlds in the making, showing off the avatars, the different experiences that you can have in Facebook Horizons, but done in a way where it really looks like this virtual world that you can create and play and do whatever you like. It has everything. But some features worth noting here. In this beta, there is a personal safety zone because you know in virtual reality, presence is very strong. And if you've played Echo, people get far too close and do some horrible things. So you can add a safety zone. And in this safety zone, if people are in it, you can block them, you can mute them, you can even report them and report content that is near you, which I found really interesting. You can report content. Since this is a lot about creativity and supposed to be without limitations, people can create things whatever they like, and perhaps they shouldn't be doing so or allowed to do in a public setting. So you can report that. And although you will sign in with your Facebook account as well, you will only have your Oculus ID visible to the public, so there's no need to worry there. People aren't going to know your Facebook details. It's going to be just your Oculus ID. This is a virtual public setting, which I think is really, really weird. This is the future. If you've not seen this, I'll put a link down below and the blog post also, and don't forget to check your emails. So Gamescom 2020 was home to some debut game trailers, one of which was Star Wars, and we got a single player campaign trailer that contained what's representative of what we're going to experience in virtual reality, and it looks so good, it looks so sweet. We got a much better look at what the gameplay is going to be like when you're in the cockpit and outside of the cockpit, the story-driven development as you discuss tactics in the war room. The trailer just sets up the story so very well, giving you some backstory, getting you pumped to fly your TIE Fighter or your X-Wing. I'll link you down below if you've not seen it. I'm not going to give anything away in this video, you need to experience it for yourself. It's a 3.5 minute video about the story, about some of the gameplay, and it's thrilling, it's very exciting. So that's it from me today, guys. Thanks for watching to the end of the video, getting caught up on the latest and greatest in the virtual reality space. Please subscribe to the channel, it brings me one step closer to the dream. Support VR. Thanks to my patrons, you absolute legends, and happy gaming, guys. Good day.